Hey, what's going on, y'all? I hope life is good. And if it ain't, I hope it gets better. And hey, maybe this podcast will play a part in making that happen. So sit back, listen, hang a bit, laugh with me, laugh at me. All that matters is you're here. This podcast starts right now. Enjoy. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Blaze. I'm somebody's dad, just figuring it out. And that's the name of this podcast. I appreciate you giving me some time, some minutes, some seconds, a little bit of some. Because, the fact that we can't get time back means that you are giving me your life. Your life is in my hands, and I ain't gonna drop it. My goal is, hopefully, at the end of this, you're like, I'm glad I took the time out of my life to listen to this boy talk about whatever he finna talk about. Now, before we really get going, let's get something straight right at the gate. I'm gonna be general on most things. I'm gonna be specific on a few. But regardless of what I say, I ain't no guru, boo boo. Listen, you help me, I help you. That's how this thing goes. And if at the end of the day we're better versions of ourselves, which I believe we can be, we're gonna call that a W. Now, let me go ahead and start this off. Let me paint a picture for you. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning. And it can be cold, maybe it's hot, but you're sitting in a drive line. What the heck is a drive line, Blaze? Well, if you got a kid and you go to a charter school or a private school, usually you're going to be dropping your kid off. We'll get into why that is later. But you see somebody who is smiling at you, waving, probably doing stretches and flips and cartwheels, is dancing, might be singing, and is high energy and kind of makes you smile, gives you something to look forward to when you're dropping your kid off, gives your kid something to look forward to. That's me. I am in your imagination in that particular scene that actually may not apply to you if your kids are too old or if you don't have kids yet. But what I'm saying is, I do Driveline. So I teach at a school here in Wake Forest. It's a charter school. And again, charter schools and private schools just don't have the expansive bus system that public schools do. They might have a couple of buses here or there, what have you. Some have none. My job, at least as I see it, is to bring about an energy and a positivity to those parents who are in the line early in the morning to drop their kid off at school or kids. And I want to make sure that the kids hear something positive before they walk into the classroom. Now, I don't know what type of morning they had because some of the kids have their head down. They're just like, dude, just let me get to class. Some of them are half asleep. Some of them are wide open. I'm like, cool. What type of cereal did you have? Because if it was Frosted Flakes, you're top tier. Because if it was not Frosted Flakes, that's cool. But if we're going to go ahead and talk about cereals, it's in top five. It's got to be at least Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then Captain Crunch with the berries, not just the little peanut butter things. Now, y'all can argue about whatever else you want to. Them three is going to be in there also because they discontinued it. What's going to be in my top five is going to be Ninja Turtle cereal and Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Argue with your mama. Don't argue with me because it ain't no argument. That's my top five. Feel how you want to feel. But I make sure that I say something to the kids. Some kids, they know we finna dap it up. Bam, lock it up. Some, they just want to say, hi, Coach Blaze. And then some, especially these two brothers, they bring a football to school every day. And I literally am like, hey, yo, ball. And we toss it back and forth right quick. But that's what I do. And then let's say that one kid is just struggling to get out of the car because they weren't organized. Their parents probably told them to put that thing in the book bag. They decided not to. And now it's time for everybody to get up out the car and you taking too long and you holding up the line. I laugh at the fact that they're struggling based on what they should have done earlier. And the parent starts laughing. And I'm like, what's going on with these first graders? I got one of them. Why are they like this? And then the parent just starts laughing. I think it's my job to bring that positivity to not only the kid, to the parent as well. Because I don't know what that parent's driving off to. I don't know what they drove in with. Guys, there are things going on behind closed doors we don't know about. Right. And so if I can just bring a little something that's uplifting to them, if I can have a conversation, let them blow off steam about some of the nonsense that's going on, or maybe have a laugh about some things, that's awesome. That's what I do in Driveline. Or maybe it's a matter of that parent just needs to like get something poured in their cup before they go to this job that they can't stand or that works them too hard and doesn't pay them enough or that they have to be at for a certain amount of time and they're just holding on till they ain't got to be there no more. I just think my job is pretty freaking awesome, in addition to being a PE teacher. Now, I'm not always up for that. What do you mean, Blaze? Sometimes I'm sleepwalking into the job. Why? Because I've been up late, or I got a bunch of stuff to do, or maybe something happened in the middle of the night. I got a 4-year-old, so maybe he peed in the bed, even though he was trying his best not to. Shout out to him, though. Like, he realized what was happening. It just was happening, and he couldn't stop it from happening, so he got down out the bed and immediately went to go pee. But, like, guys, things happen, and it just means that maybe I'm not feeling up for it. I'm not in the greatest of moods. Well, here's the deal. I have to act my way into feelings, not feel my way into actions. That's number one. I have to act my way into the feeling. I can't feel my way into actions. Why? Because a feeling is going to tell you, most likely, to not do the thing you know you need to do. A feeling is going to tell you, hey, that can be done later, when you know it's got to be done now. A feeling is going to tell you, it's okay, dude. Like, don't worry about it, when you know that it is of some importance and needs to be an immediate concern. A feeling is absolutely going to leave you when it's time to take responsibility for the thing that did not happen or the decision that was not made. Because feelings don't stick around to take responsibility, they leave. So if you don't feel a certain way in whatever endeavor, understand that you can act your way into that feeling. Now, some of you are thinking, well, well that's just faking it. It's just fake. Is it? Let me tell you the difference between faking and deciding to feel a way. Number two, you don't have to fake it to make it, but you are going to have to fool your mind and body into believing that it doesn't feel the way it feels. Here's the difference between faking and making a decision. Faking is you don't have a reason to be this way, meaning if I know that I need to be upbeat, positive, and energetic, there's no reason for me to do that. So now I'm just doing it because why? There's no reason, there's no purpose behind it. Faking is I know that I don't feel the way I am feeling, and I am now doing it in a manner that is absolutely not natural. Typically, people can tell you're faking it. Why? Because faking it never looks like the real thing. Faking it is never a one-to-one with how you would naturally act. And again, because you don't have a real reason for doing it, you're not going to make the decision to behave in a manner. You're going to say, let me fake it to get through. And I get it. There are moments that you just got to get through. The focus is get through this, but don't fake it. You can tell your body and your mind, we're going to do this. Let me ask an athlete, have you ever been tired? And I mean, legs are shot. Your feet feel like they have cement around them. But you know that you've got 10 more minutes to push through to the end of the game. Yeah, you're going to decide, I'm going to do this. You don't feel like it. Everything in your body is telling you, stop. But you decide to do something. Why? Because you want to win. That is the reason. The decision is made based on a why. That's the difference. Faking it is, I'm doing this, and there's no real reason. It's just, I don't feel a certain way, so I'm going to put on a face. I'm going to put on a mask. Whereas deciding to behave in a manner is, I've got a reason to make this decision, so I've decided that I'm going to take action that is going in direct opposition with how I feel. Let me give you another example. And this one is going to be crazy. Moms, have you ever pushed out a baby? Because I know some moms adopted. You are absolutely as much a mother as a woman who has delivered a child. I know that some moms, C-section, you are absolutely as much a mother as a woman who pushed it out vaginally. Moms, have you ever pushed out a baby? I got a pretty good feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm a dude. I ain't never pushed out nothing. Well, I have, but that was because I decided to eat that thing I shouldn't have eaten. But what I'm saying is, I'm assuming you did not feel like doing it, but you had to decide to tell your body to do the thing. Now, yeah, it was already happening, and you really didn't have a choice. Or did you? You could just stop pushing. All manner of complication would have happened if you just stopped pushing. You'd still be in pain, still wouldn't be comfortable, but you'd have a choice. But you decided to behave in a manner that was in direct opposition to your feelings. You didn't fake it. You weren't excited about the pain you were going through. No, you decided, I'm going to behave in a manner that is opposite to the way that I feel, which would show up on my face if I could feel my face because I've been pushing so hard, which, by the way, I have seen y'all push. My God. Don't, if ever, if ever someone looks me in the face and says that a man is all around stronger than a woman, go ahead and lie to yourself if you want to. Now, physically stronger, in most cases, yeah. But stronger overall, no. Because what I cannot do is push out a child. But guys, those examples aside, faking has no why. And it's a facade that doesn't even look like the real thing. Deciding to behave in a manner opposite to how you feel because you know why you need to do that, that is different. That is not faking it till you're making it. That is acting your way into feelings. And guys, that does not mean that you act your way into feelings in order to hide something. And I know sometimes we do that, right? I know sometimes that we've got some things going on internally. We don't want everybody else to know, or maybe we're ashamed of some things, or maybe there's some stuff that we're dealing with that we aren't necessarily ashamed of, but we're going through it. We're in the midst of it. So it's really not a time where we're really looking for a lot of spotlight on it. I get it. But I don't think that you need to act in a manner that is opposite to your feelings if your feelings can be destructive to you. What am I saying? Well, let me make it goddamn plain. If you are going through a severe depression, please don't put that mask on, because that is what it is. Don't do that. Get help. Oh, by the way, when I say get help can start as telling somebody, yo, I am not good. It ain't got to be, well, here, listen. So right now, internally, I'm feeling with this struggle. You can literally say, I am not good. Can you come through right quick? I'm not good. I just need somebody around me right quick. Don't put on the mask that hides something that really needs to be addressed. Don't say, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm going to just keep acting this way when you know that you need to stop and confront a thing. Because acting your way into a feeling might stop you from actually feeling something you need to feel, something you need to stop avoiding. So please don't get me wrong. I truly do believe that you need to act your way into feelings as opposed to letting your feelings dictate how you're going to act. But I also believe that we can act our way into a feeling in order to cover up something that needs light, or to avoid actually feeling something that we truly need to feel, confront, and address. And I say this to my men and to my women, but I'm going to speak specifically to men because we tend to do a lot of this and think that we're hiding it. Guys, it often comes off like this. We are either phenomenally good at acting our way into a feeling and then portraying that to the world, or we are horribly bad, but folks don't know how to approach us. Gentlemen, we need you here. Dads need to be here. Uncles need to be here. Cousins need to be here. Brothers need to be here. Sons need to be here. Grandsons need to be here. Just like every woman in that category, from granddaughters to nieces to daughters to moms to aunts to grandmas to great grandmas. You need to be here. So don't put on the mask by acting in a way that covers up what needs to be seen, talked about, addressed, and dealt with. And lastly, if I had anything to just end it on, because listen, I ain't trying to keep you too long. I ain't trying to be before you too long. Come on, somebody, as a Baptist preacher might say before they go on for the next hour and a half. If you don't feel up to a thing, if you're just not feeling a certain way, don't dismiss it if it becomes a pattern. If you're feeling that way day after day after day, you might want to ask yourself, are you getting enough sleep? And I know sometimes that's easier said than done in terms of getting all the hours you need, but ask yourself, are you getting enough sleep? Find out whether or not you are eating the way you should be. Y'all, one of the best things I ever did was stopped eating after 7:30 for 5-6 days, and then ate after 7:30 for 2 days. And when I tell you, I felt the difference, whether it was heavy or it was light, except for when I ate fruit. That was really good. But it could be a diet thing. Maybe figure out if there's a stressor going on that is taking a lot of your energy, or find out if there's something you're giving a lot of your energy to that you ain't got no business giving any energy to. Because why in the world do we have a finite amount of energy and mental capacity, and we are giving it to people and things that are not given, not Nathaniel, back to us? Not a single thing. Can we stop? I feel like we can. Additionally, also, furthermore, it may very well be that if you are feeling not up to it over and over and over and over again, you might need a nap. I feel like adults, we fully understand the value of a nap. Now, when we were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, even when some of us were teenagers, a nap? What? I want to do a nap. Why? I'm going to miss something. I ain't tired. The devil is a lie once you turn 25. When I tell you how good a nap was after I was 25, my God. And now I'm 41. Let me catch a 15, 20-minute something. You better believe I am rejuvenated. Or maybe you might need a little bit more than just a nap. You might need some specific help. But please, take a moment to figure that out. Test it. See the results. Hey, if I eat different, what happens? If I get a little more sleep, what happens? Maybe I take a nap at lunch instead of eating at lunch. Am I going to eat later on? Yeah. But let me take a nap for that little 45-minute lunch I got. Or hey, what if I actually set up an appointment with a doctor and see what's going on here? Or what if I stop talking to old girl or old boy who ain't got nothing to say but negative? Why are we talking to them? Let me, coach's time out. Let me say this. If you got people in your life right now who ain't done nothing but said negative, and I'm not even necessarily saying they're talking negative about you, but they just are negative, you can only do so much to help lift them up before they start weighing you down. So at a certain point, you got to say, hey, I have poured into you, but have you plugged these holes in you that are letting all this positive I'm giving you leak out? Because how are you giving me nothing but negative back when I promised I'd poured as much positive as I can into you? Matter of fact, until you get yourself a different cup, I can't pour nothing else. I ain't got nothing to pour into you. Come on, somebody. Ultimately, guys, I just want to reiterate, you got to act your way into feelings. You can't feel your way into actions. You got to understand that there's a difference between faking it and deciding to act in a manner. And that main difference is having a why you're going to act in a different manner. Understanding that you want to make sure you're not covering something up that really needs some light in order to stop weighing you down, harming you, or in any way, shape, or form impeding you from living the awesome life you're supposed to live. And then finally, if something is draining your energy, figure out why. Figure out why you're not feeling up to it day after day after day. Could it be food? Could it be not enough sleep? Could it be a nap? God, a nap is awesome. Could it be that maybe there needs to be a little bit further investigation from a professional? Could it be that folks are out here draining your energy? It could be a bunch of things, but that's up to you to figure out. And hopefully, once you do, then now the life that you want to live on a daily basis kind of becomes a little bit more of a possibility. Hey everybody, that's our show. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I'm somebody's dad, just figuring it out. Hopefully you got something from today's episode. Like it, share, subscribe, get involved in the comments, tell a friend and tell a friend. And until next time, smile a little bit more. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and I will see you on the next episode.